Here's a rundown on some of our national and international stories for this Wednesday morning. It's May the 10th, 2017. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, took part in the 72nd Immortal Regiment March. This is one of those big celebrations that they have every year in Russia to commemorate the end of the Great War, specifically the Patriotic War, World War II. And, if you look at what's going on in terms of the military buildup around the world, I think a very strong argument could be made that Russia's military power really has no equal in the world, and that's what Pravda says. You can read about that and check out more of the story at radiofreespeech.com. Police in North London have arrested a man who had a meat cleaver and a large knife, and he was targeting Jews as he was basically telling them, "You Jews better get out of here." They arrested him. I don't know if anyone was injured in the incident. It doesn't appear to be so. China's president has pledged to support the Paris Climate Agreement, which is interesting because now President Trump is promising to pull out of the agreement. The Syrian war continues as now the United States has vowed to arm the Kurds in the battle for Raqqa, something which, of course, has their ally, the Turks, that is the U.S. ally, Turkey, upset because they view the Kurds as a terrorist group, and they don't want them getting any more territory in Syria. In South Korea, Jae-in has apparently won a landslide. He is set to become the new president, I believe, immediately. Hernandez, as you recall, died of suicide, but he also apparently has now died an innocent man, as the judge has thrown out his murder conviction, because that's what happens in the state of Massachusetts. If a person dies during the appeals process, they automatically throw out the conviction. Trump's remarks about Muslims prior to his election are now proving to be what could end the travel ban completely. The testimony being taken this week in the appeals court going forward, they actually had the full bench sitting there hearing the argument, something which is very unusual, but it shows how important this case is. And they're saying at this point the fact that they questioned specifically about the remarks that he made and about remarks that his administration made after he took office that basically says that the travel ban clearly targeted Muslims, which would be a violation, of course, of religious freedom here in the United States. A 16-year-old has turned himself in for throwing a 68-year-old woman into a pool at a townhouse party. You may have seen the video. I didn't watch it. Shocking viral video, of course, people saying, how can these thugs be allowed to do this kind of thing? Well, he is owning up to it. He turned himself in for the assault. 4 UN peacekeepers have been killed in the Central African Republic, and a 5th one is missing. The United Nations basically saying that, yeah, they got attacked, and they're not really sure which side did it, but there have been militias operating through that area for the last several years, since 2013. Also, the FBI director apparently misstated one of the, where are my quotes? There we go. Misstated the claims about emails from Clinton, some of these going to her aide, which then ended up on her aide's former husband's computer. The claim was that it was hundreds and thousands of emails, many of which were classified. Now the FBI is backpedaling and saying, no, actually it was just a handful and none of them were classified. So now they're trying to, since he was just giving testimony in Congress, they're trying to determine how exactly they can present the truth to Congress without implicating their own FBI leader as lying. And China has apparently tested a new type of missile. There's also a look at a possible nuclear conflict brewing between India and Pakistan, and there's so much more news that we do not have time for in this video segment, so make sure you check out the website, radiofreespeech.com. All of my paid subscribers get an audio version of the news, 30 to 40 minutes in length, every single morning at 5 a.m. If you're interested in that, check it out and become a subscriber, radiofreespeech.com. Thank you.